can never say they made me. Tryna leave a blueprint like I'm Jay-Z. Hope she knows that she could never save me. They can't take the blame, so they gon' blame me.
What's up, everybody? You are now listening to another episode of my podcast, Failing Forward. If you haven't already listened to the last episode with Camille, make sure y'all go tap into that. We touched on a lot of important topics, and Camille is just a dope person overall. She dropped so many gems, and y'all don't want to miss that one. But today, we back in the studio with another Philly native beside me. What's good, bro?
Hey, what's good, bro? What's good?
I'm saying, introduce yourself to the people and tell them who you are and what they should know about you.
It's your boy 3azy Kane, based out of Philly. I'm out here in Georgia, you know what I'm saying, just representing for the gang.
You already know. So, how you liking Atlanta so far, bro?
No, I rock with it. It's like, it's cool. It's peaceful. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to be entrepreneurs. Everybody working. So, definitely a lot of connections out here.
Was this a part of a larger play to help your career, or was it more so just to get out the city?
It was a little bit of both. I feel like Philly, you know what I'm saying, I could do everything in Philly here, but, you know, when you traveling a lot, I kept going to Atlanta and then coming back. I'm like, I might as well be in Atlanta and then just travel to Philly, you know, visit Philly and all that. So,
what would you say is the biggest difference that you've noticed since you've been here as opposed to Philly?
Southern hospitality.
For sure.
And just everybody entrepreneurs, like the maintenance man, the garbage man, like everybody brings something to the table and thinking about a dollar. So
it's crazy when you say that, bro, because, like, if you're not from here or if you don't come here, you don't understand what we talking about. Like, bro, Atlanta, like, it's a different type city. Like, everybody is getting to it, like you said. So I also saw that you just released a new project, so this interview is, like, perfect timing. But what can you tell us about the album for those who never listened to you before?
Yes, I just dropped a project called Negus, Negus. I've been working on it for probably 2 years now. I just was like, it's perfect time, especially with Black History Month, everything going on. And it was important to me. I just wanted to make something where our people feel like uplifted, but also shed light on some of the things that we be going through.
Most definitely. And I wanted to ask you about the meaning behind the title. So I always do my research before every episode, and I thought it was interesting because if you look at the cover art, it's spelled Negus. Mm-hmm. And when I looked up the origins, it traced back to early Ethiopia, and basically it means to reign supreme or to be a king. It's another play on words that could also be saying the word niggas, which could in a way be like a subtle call to action for our people to start acting like the kings and queens that they are. So tell us, what was your thinking about the direction for the project?
I mean, you hit it on the head. Like, I actually, the name, I was listening to a Kendrick album, and he was talking, I think it was All Right, and then he was talking about it. I was like, and it just sparked something in my head, especially when I was trying to go through the title of like what I should name this project. And I was just like, we always say like, nigga or nigga, and then I was just like, that's a good spin on the word, and people, when they see it, they gonna be like, dang, what is that? Then when they see the cover, you know, you really start doing your research, because I kind of want people to do their own research after they hear the music. Like, I want you to think about it, you know what I'm saying? That's my whole point of making it that short, but also I put a lot of information where you like, I'm gonna run it back, but I'm also think about like what he said.
I respect that, bro. As a music head and a music nerd, like, I miss when albums was conceptual. Like, when people made a concept and they based the whole album around that. Nowadays, bro, I feel like in the streaming era, it just be a collection of different songs. People work on however many songs for however long, and then they just throw every song in the project.
And I was like, nah, I can't do. Like, it was supposed to be an EP, but I put How We Feel. I dropped that like 2 years back, and that was like one of my big singles. When I put on there, I moved it to an album, but it also made it perfect because everything kind of made sense how I like ran down the track list.
No, that's what's up, bro. And as I was doing the research for this episode, I noticed that you had a lot of big moments in your career leading up to this project, bro. Like, first and foremost, you had Core as a feature on your latest single, Demon Town. You did a song with Lights, and you had an opportunity to freestyle with Wyclef, which is crazy. So for somebody like me, bro, that's really into music, when I see Core and when I see Lights as features, I know how big that is for an up-and-coming artist. And if you're a listener and you don't know these names, Lights is somebody that is a Philly artist. He's been grinding for a very long time. You might have heard him on Meek's album, Wins and Losses. He was on Never Lose, which is probably one of the best songs on that project. And then Core is undeniable. Another Philly artist that just got signed to Dream Chasers, Rock Nation, and Republican. So speak to these experiences, bro. Like, what do they mean for you and your career?
I mean, it's definitely like big. Like, it's like when you think about it, like a lot of people don't have the opportunity to even have features, even know some of these people, you know. And just from the outside looking in, being an underground artist, you just always want to be where the next man at. So when I had the opportunity to actually like work with him, I was like, I'm not gonna take this for granted. Like, I'm gonna really do my thing, you know. Also be thankful for the opportunity. And the Wyclef, that was just like,
That's major.
That just happened. Like, it wasn't planned enough. He just came. You know, we was at a shout out to Ace. He had us at this event. You know, we was just like kind of like an open mic. We was at a Wyclef studio in New York, and we was just playing our music, performing it. And he just came out. He was rocking with the songs, and then he just came out, started performing him, Jerry Wonder. And he just started passing the mic around. I'm like, man, I ain't about to let this opportunity go. I'm about to rap. Like,
I will say, bro, that's one thing I noticed about you. Like, I feel like certain people just got an it factor. And for you, bro, it's like, I see that you seize every opportunity to promote yourself, to launch your career. And it's a lot of people that's not like that, bro. They have step in their dreams. Like, speak
like,
to that, bro. Like, where you get that from?
It's just like, I'll say my uncle, he actually helped manage me, but he always showed you, like, you going to get as far as the energy you put out, you know what I'm saying? And you can't take it for granted because there's a lot of nice people out here. And you'll run into a lot of nice people, but they stop. It's because they think they too old. They don't got enough money. Like, if this is what you really want to do, like, it's expensive. It's an expensive hobby. It can't be like, you got to really, like, put your best foot forward and just go for it. Like, you're going to spend $100, like, get your $100 worth. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a gem, bro. So before we even jump into the next topic or phase of the conversation, how do you go about connecting with artists like Core or Lights? Is it networking, your label, relationships? Like, tell the people how you even do that.
Be real, it's Instagram, bro. Like, I'm a slider. Yo, you talk about you want to do feature? Yo, what's up, bro? Like, I'm gonna send you my music. I'm gonna just try to tap in. And I always, for some reason, like, they always get back to me. I don't know how. Like, I might have messaged them 1,000, but they just get back to me, and I just, I'll be ready. Whatever they say, there's money, anything. I'll be like, all right, I didn't message you for a reason, so I'm gonna be with it, especially if it makes sense.
That's crazy, bro. And I heard Wallow say this a little while ago, but him and Gilly was talking about having a landing spot. And basically, for content creators, artists, entertainers, he was like, when people come to your page, they got to see a proven track record of you working towards your dreams. And when you go on your page, bro, you see the landing spot. So I feel like for somebody like Core, Lights, Wyclef, anybody, it's easy to know, like, all right, he's actively pursuing his dream every day. Even from a marketing standpoint, bro, like, I seen what you did. You capitalized off the Kanye moment. The African kids dancing, like, you be on it quick, bro.
Got to, man, because, like, it's just that, it take that one moment to, like, take your life to a whole nother level. And you can't be slacking. Like, I used to argue with my man. He's like, yo, your page if you a rapper, your page got to look like you a rapper. So, like, I rebranded my whole page. Everything I put is music. Like, don't know me as Keon, know me as 3azy Kane. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta just take your craft serious.
How do you balance your personal life and actively trying to pursue an artist, bro? Because me as a content creator, I had to make a whole new page for my podcast because you be wanting to post certain content on your personal, but at the end of the day, you gotta look at it like this business at the same time. So how do you strike that balance?
You just gotta. Honestly, what I did, I just merged the two.
Right.
One, like, I even let, like, my girl, like, I'm a rapper. Don't be offended, you know what I'm saying? Like, if a girl comment, like, on your pick night, like, as an artist, I'm going to respond back. Like, I'm not going to be disrespectful, but, I'm going to like the comment, appreciate it. Like, you just got to know the boundaries, but I just had to merge myself, so.
For sure.
Like, everything I do in regular life is always somehow comes back to music.
For sure, bro. It's like you live the music. You live what you do.
Got to.
So let's take it back to the beginning, growing up in Philly. What was your experience like growing up back home, whether it's like school, your hood, sports, hobbies, what you was doing?
I mean, like, as an early age, I really just school, video games. My parents separated at, like, an early age, so my dad lived in Alabama, so I'll spend my, like, regular years, like, with my mom, and then in the summer I'll go to Alabama with my dad. And it's like a drastic difference. Like, my mom, I just was worried about school. With my dad, it's more so, Alabama in the summer, you free, you with the kids. It's like gangs down there. So growing up, I came back always with an accent. Kids used to make fun of me, like, when I came back to Philly, like, why you talk like that? So I didn't really talk, like, early on because I had that accent, but that's how I got my name, like, because I used to dress with the baggy clothes, like, you Easy E, and then, MySpace days, you spell it with a 3, and that's how 3azy came about, just stuff like that. But, like, when I got to high school, Overbrook, started really finding myself, started talking more, being in, like, the Philly life. I started running track. That really saved me. So it's just, like, a lot of stuff I went through, but it helped me, like, be here today.
That's crazy that you said track saved you, bro. I was the same way. Like, I was a good kid. I never was in the streets. I'm saying, like, me and all my homies, we all played sports. But paint a picture of Philly, bro, for somebody that's not from the city, like, what it's like. And, like, having choices as a teenager, like, do I go this way or do I go that way? Like, from your experience, how would you paint Philly to somebody who has no clue what it's like growing up there?
Shit. I mean, it's just it can be rough. Like you really gotta watch your crowd and have like a plan at the end of the day. Try to find somebody that you kind of look up to that give you life lessons. I always can like relate it to sports because my coach was like a heavy mentor. Like I was burnt out of getting good grades and like after high school, it's like I always 3.6, always good grades, and it's like I kind of want to do something else.
Right.
He had me running track. That's how I ended up going to college, and I started running in college. That's where I met my man and started rapping. That influenced me to rap more. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta find like good people to be around.
Yeah.
You can't be a follower because it's easy to get sucked in that life.
Not only finding good people to hang around, bro. One thing I realized from my journey is like a lot of us just need that structure. I feel like a lot of these kids growing up in Philly, they might be growing up in a single parent household or they people's strung out or whatever the case they may be, and they don't have that structure of like at this time every day I'm gonna be at this place with these people, and I know that these authority figures is gonna look out for me, and that's why Philly right now, bro, is really like a jungle, bro.
I feel like some of the parents being honest, like I feel like they failed the children. You know what I'm saying? Because like a mom can only teach a son so much before he, you know, he's grown up. He wants to look for that father figure. Without it, he gonna look at his boys. His boys don't know no right. You know, you're just gonna be wilding out. And I feel like nowadays parents just kind of like gave up. Like I be seeing kids talk to their parents crazy. You know, it's just like
You see a lot of stuff, bro, and what you spoke to is real, bro. Like for me, I grew up in a household full of women, and at a certain point, I'm like, we poor. Like, I ain't gonna go to the streets, but I gotta figure something out. Like, I gotta solidify my future some way. Like, I'm gonna use sports to go to college or something. I used to do dumb stuff, bro. Like, I got kicked out of school for selling games, like all type of stuff, just trying to figure out ways to get to it. And it's crazy. It's not easy.
and people don't. You don't even gotta always be poor. Like I wasn't like piss poor. Like my mom always provided a way, but even then, like I come from like in West Philly, in my area was Winfield. Like, a lot of people like they got money. We ain't like poor. We still got some type of money, but you still is attracted to that street life, you know, because it's fast money. Ain't nothing like fast money, no matter what we try to say. So you always need some type of guidance, and you're right, like a structure.
It's crazy, bro. Like, I'm from Southwest, and I feel like every hood in Philly is kind of known for different things. Bro, growing up, I would always be confused because I knew, like, Overbrook, Winfield area is known that people got a little bit more bread. But why is it so bad? Like, you hear the stories, you hear, like, everything going on. Like, if you got money, I always thought money solved all your issues. It's like, what be wrong?
To an extent, but it's just the structure, the family structure. If it's not there, if you don't got nobody that's really trying to guide you and help you do better, you just gonna wild out.
For sure. So, around what age would you say that you started rapping, bro? And, like, why was it appealing to you? You touched on it a little bit.
I mean, as a kid, I feel like everybody in Philly at one point tried to be a rapper. You know, just a little fake freestyle.
Sure.
High school, I had a teacher, Miss Kingsbury. She passed away, but she was one of the first people. She had like Freestyle Fridays. So at the English class, we used to all rap against each other. That was a little spark, but in college one day, I was drunk, and I just was rapping. They was like, yo, you was all right. And then I met my mans, and he was like really rapping, Hollywood Kane. And he was just like, yo, we might as well come together, you know, as a group. We had a group called Kane Gang, and then we all started rapping together. Then that's when I stopped running track. I got injured. And people was like, yo, bro, they stopped talking about track. I was like, I want to hear you more music. So kept doing that.
You touched on a couple things, bro, and I think the main thing first was, like, being able to reinvent yourself. I feel like a lot of us that was former athletes, after you get out of college, it'd be like, damn, like, what's my identity now? Like, I gotta do something. And I went through this weird phase where I just was like, I was known for all of this stuff. In college, I was known for playing basketball, high school. And when that ended, I just was like, damn, who am I? Like, what do I have to offer to the world?
It's hard, but like I said, it takes for you to find yourself, you know. And sometimes other people talking good about you make it easier for you to transition into something else, especially being like an athlete.
It's crazy too, bro. Like, I feel like it's a lot of people in Philly. It's probably a lot of people everywhere. I feel like it's a lot of people that can rap, bro. Like, Philly is just one of them cities, like, we banging on the table, grinding, touch it.
Fact.
Somebody might start freestyling, but it's just like, not everybody chooses to take it that far.
I feel like it's definitely a lot of people. Like a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people can rap, but they don't really be like rappers. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of make it hard sometimes for the real rappers because some of the people that rap be real popular, and they looked upon as the rappers, and they really not. And the rappers don't got the popularity, so they kind of shun to the side. That's why everybody did rap and stopped or retire early. Like, I just never cared about that. I was just like, I'm gonna keep going no matter what. Like, I'm gonna do what feel good to me, and just create my own goals. Like, I don't gotta be a superstar selling out arenas, but as long as I feel at the end of the day like I did my best, I'm gonna be straight.
Bro, you got a good head on your shoulders, bro. I feel like the way you process and everything is the right way. So, who would you say were some of your early influences for your music?
50, Pac. When I really started rapping, like Kendrick, I got my whole style and flow early on from like Tyga and Ace Hood. Like,
Yeah.
it was a crazy combination, but
Yo,
it worked out.
it's crazy though, bro, because like I see what Tyga has become now. Like he became a meme kind of like Bow Wow. But if you really tapped in, bro, I was a fan of Tyga when he was making well done mixtapes, bro. Them Jones was fire.
If you go to a Tyga show, you gonna be like, "Dang, this man got a lot of hits." Like
he one of them sneaky artists, bro. His catalog is different, and even Ace Hood, I feel like he probably don't have as many hits, but just from a lyricism standpoint, bro. Ace Hood,
I opened up for Ace Hood
for real,
and that was probably like I felt proud because I'm like, this is somebody I looked up to, and it's like we packed it more than Ace Hood packed it. He went to Voltage.
That's crazy.
Like, just watching him perform, like I seen why he's Ace Hood, like you know what I'm saying. So I definitely like try to pick like certain things out from his performances and stuff. But
what do you mean by that? Like you saw why he's Ace Hood,
like if you see his stage presence, it's like it wasn't like by the time he got on, it wasn't as big of a crowd, but he controlled it. Like from when he went out, like how he introduced himself, introduced the songs, like his eye contact, like everything mattered. Like you ever seen like LeBron play in person?
Yeah, I actually did.
And it's like everything looked like it's practice for him, like practice shots. Next thing you know, he got 35. You know what I'm saying? It was like damn near like LeBronish, like how he was just controlling everything.
I think that comes from the repetition, bro. Like putting in your time, really putting in your 10,000 hours. Like I saw Brian in person, actually, bro. That joint was crazy. Like I went to, it's crazy, bro. I went to the game in Philly where he became third all time scoring. He passed Kobe.
Hey,
I was sitting courtside with my mans, and bro, the next day, this completely off topic, Kobe passed away. So it just was a crazy chain of events. But seeing Brian in person like that, bro, it almost was like he wasn't real. Like he was that great.
Yeah,
like, it was crazy.
It's crazy how Brian is.
But in your songs, like you hear flashes of consciousness. Like you'll make a politically sounding record like How We Feel, but then in the same breath you can make a song like Demon Time, which is more in line with a lot of the records that we hear today. So how would you describe your style overall, and like do you feel like you truly found your sound musically?
I feel like as far as hopping on any record, I feel like I developed a style where I can do that. Like just from starting in college, it was like a lot of party records. Mm-hmm. You get home, it's a lot of street records. All my friends street, so I had to, that's in me. And then like as I got older, started maturing, to being politically correct and studying Tupac, stuff like that. That really mattered to me. But that's in my heart. So I just kind of like, depending on the type of record feel, it's just gonna come out me. And I never try to box myself in. Like can't limit myself. If you look at like Meek now, like he be politically correct. Jay-Z now, like I'm doing that at a younger age. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm gonna just keep embodying everything.
That was one of the things I love about Nip, bro. Like not even from a music standpoint. Like I feel like I grew to like Nip's music along the way, but I think just his personality, bro. He was super well spoken, bro, and the way that he articulated his thoughts, it just make you want to listen to him, bro. It's hard not to listen to Nipsey and not become a fan. And I feel like for you, bro, you got a lot of that same charisma in you. Like when people hear you talk, it's like a breath of fresh air because you don't sound like what average rappers talking about. I feel like a lot of rappers, they got this fake persona and like fake energy. Everybody too cool.
Bro, that's you'd be surprised. They really act like that in person sometimes.
For real?
Some of these rappers be acting like you be like, yo, bro, you regular, like you just like me. But I mean, I guess it just is what it is. Everything entertainment. So I guess they trying to keep the persona. But when it's all said and done, we all sleep the same. We all do everything the same. But just watching like. You can watch a Nip interview, a 50 interview. If you ever seen a Nipsey interview, a 50 interview, a Pac interview, like it'd be like an hour too long. I will watch the whole thing. It's just because you learn so much from these people.
Bro, I done watch certain Nip interviews over and over, bro. I done watched them 5 times just because it's so much wisdom in it. And to be honest, bro, like every time I watch it, I might learn something new every time that I didn't notice the last time I watched it. And when you talked about your inspirations, bro, I meant to say this earlier. Somebody like Kendrick, I remember when How to Pimp a Butterfly came out. We around the same age. We might have been in high school or maybe a couple years into college. And I remember, bro, I liked Kendrick, but I was like, yo, this shit whack. Like, what is he talking about? Because I didn't understand it, bro. But I went back when I was in college. Then I went back recently when I was out of college. And it was that same thing. Like, I wasn't at a level of consciousness yet where I could understand it. And I feel like that's the beauty of a true artist. Like, you could keep going back to that piece of art and you get something different every time. Like,
No, that's how, like, when I first heard of Kendrick, I heard I think it was Welcome to Detox Freestyle. And then I became a fan. And then the first thing I heard from him after that was Section 80. And it threw me off, but for some reason it resonated to me. So, like, when I heard Good Kid, Mad City, I love that. I cut my braids off. Like, I was like, I wanted to be a different person because I related to some of the stories, like, especially being in Alabama. Like, I related to some of the hood stories because that's how it was. And then To Pimp a Butterfly, like, I might play that more than any of his albums.
That's crazy.
I really like that.
I think the one that sit with me the best is Damn. And it's weird because that one is like a little bit more commercial. But I think outside of Damn, Section 80, bro, that's a great piece of work, bro. Like, I feel like every artist got that, like, that come up mixtape that will solidify their career forever. Like, for J. Cole, I'm going to say Friday Night Lights.
Right.
Different. Like, you got to be in the right. It's like a moment in time in your life. Like, when I go back and listen to that, bro, I know exactly what I was doing, where I was at. Like,
and that's how I feel like the more people start listening to me, when they go back, they're going to be like, this bull's different. Like, he dropped that. He did this. Like, I'm starting to build, like, a real nice catalog. And I'm able to just do it freely, like, think of my own ideas and just put it out there, especially because I'm at the age that you got to realize you could do everything now by yourself. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got, like, a good team around you, you can really, like, just push go on your ideas. I think a lot of people be scared to, like, do it or always think you just got to go for it.
Talk about a team, though, bro. Like, for a lot of people, somebody like myself, like, we invest in ourselves. We buy all this equipment. We buy all this gear. But at the end of the day, you a lone ranger. So talk about the importance of having a strong team behind you and, like, what that can do for your brand.
I mean, you definitely got to have a team. Like, I linked up with KMG, and, like, that's my, like, it's like an independent label. Like, we got, like, a little partnership and management situation going on. But just before that, you know, having, like, King, and, like, you got to have, like, people that think like you or kind of support your dreams, because you can push your music all day, but if nobody is really backing you or helping you, you might get stuck, or you feel like it's not working, you're going to stop. You got a team that's like, oh, bro, keep going. We're going to go with you. Like, we're going to ride together. We're going to die together. That'll help you get over that hump. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And, like, everybody wants, especially, like, a place like here in Atlanta, like, everybody kind of want to win, and they don't care who wins. As long as somebody in their squad win.
It's a win for the whole team.
And that's the difference between, I would say, the Atlanta mindset and the Philly mindset.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I had a homie in Philly. He wasn't really my homie. We went to high school together. And we got into a disagreement one day over some dumb shit, bro. We playing 2K online, bro. This in the middle of the pandemic. And bro, I don't play games. I just started playing games during the pandemic just because I ain't had nothing else to do.
Right.
So I'm playing online with my homies. I'm scoring like 1 point. I might score 2.
He was trash.
And trash, bro. And I'm hyped because my team, we went on like 7 games. We winning. And I'm like, we just bust y'all ass, blah, blah, blah. Bull like, why you keep saying we? He like, they won. You didn't win. And I feel like, bro, that mentality, aside from the game, bro, that's really how people think in Philly. Like, you can't be happy for your homie, or like, people got this mindset where it's like, it's a crab in a barrel type of mentality, bro. I don't even know how to explain it. And I always been the type of person, and I got fucked over a lot of times for having this type of mentality, bro, of like, when one of my homies win, I feel like we all won, bro.
Exactly.
Like, seeing somebody else win never made me feel no type of way because I'm a confident person. Like,
I think it comes from, like, not really seeing a lot of people winning. You feel like you got this one shot, and if you don't do it, like, it's over.
yeah.
Or you don't really got trust in your mans to really come through. So you like, no, fuck it. Like, I got to be the one to do it. I think that's the biggest issue. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that it's like that. Like,
It's crazy. So
and everybody know it. Like, I remember I met Mikey Dredd. I used to work at the mall, and I was talking to him about my music. You know me, if I see you doing, I'm gonna talk to you. He's like, oh, you dope. Like, why you still here? Like, for somebody like that that's in Philly, like, he controlled basically the radio. He telling you, like, you don't need to be
get
in
out
Philly.
of here.
You would think, like, damn, why don't you play me? Like, you in Philly, but he know the limitations. You know what I'm saying? That's set on Philly rappers and stuff like that. So that's the saddest part. But I feel like if I really get the power, I'm gonna try my best to change how shit is. You know what I'm saying?
Lift people up.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of that, bro, how do you feel about the climate of the Philly music scene right now? And, like, how do you feel like your music stands within that from a stylistic standpoint? Because I feel like Philly don't get enough credit for the musical people that we have in the city, because it's a lot of different styles. Like, I know the drill wave is hot, and that's what the young kids really get excited about. But we got artists like Tierra Whack, bro, who's an international pop star, bro. Like, there's nobody like her. that look like her or sound like her. Outside of her, you got people like Tor, Rocky, D. From Sloan, Young K, Lee Ford. So, how do you feel about the state of Philly music right now?
I mean, I feel like it's in a flux because I feel like drill was taking over. You're starting to see more of the party song, bring the party song beats back. People rapping over that. I feel like the drill is kind of it's popular, but I have mixed feelings on it because I feel like a lot of these kids, especially a lot of the shootings, is based off the drill rap. Like people don't realize like rap was always entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And these kids like they really
It's becoming real.
F your
man.
ops and it's like fuck your ops, but like they don't realize like the people that saying on the radio not really doing that. And if you know what I'm saying, they really doing it, and it's causing real issues in the street. That's why these rappers can't do shows because somebody really gonna shoot that shit up because like, they really feel personal about talking about they did, dead ops. So you definitely gotta learn to balance. And I think as a city, like if we gonna be focusing on drill, we need a drill rapper to really make it out.
Right.
So we can see success because these kids doing this is no success stories of a drill rapper for real.
Bro, I swear to God, I never even thought about that, bro. Because you right. I don't know one drill rapper from Philly that really made it, bro.
You don't really got one. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? Like,
Santana, they try. That's the closest you probably.
yeah. But at the end of it's crazy, though, bro, because he had the dance record. I feel like.
Facts.
Even though, if you listen to the lyrics, you know what he's saying.
But they try to put, you look at the pushes, I mean, the Von record, the Uzi record, they try, but I don't feel like the whole city backed him like they should have if that's what the way we're going to push for Philly.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro. I don't know what's the answer because I feel like it's only going to get worse. And I feel like a lot of it, I hate to blame it on Chicago, but it seemed like that's what our city is patterning themselves after. Like the word op, bro, like 5 years ago, we wasn't using that word, bro. Like, I don't know where it came from. Philly wasn't talking like that, bro.
And you catch it, like, I did records with people, like, I feel like you get respected. Like, Philly gonna respect you if they know you can rap, but you gotta, like, branch out and do different shit because you gonna get put in a box and get caught up in the dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do a record with a drill artist, I do a record with a pop. Like, I'm gonna be diversified enough where if I make it, you can be like, damn, I don't just gotta do this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, like, we should all be trying to get money. Like, you can't get money if you did. Like, that's the point of rap, like, at the end of the day.
I feel like that's not the point of rap no more, though, bro.
Not no more, but that was the point.
It was that it was built upon. I feel like the internet changed a lot, bro. I feel like the internet now, the way that it's used as a forum for people to like clout, bro. That's really all it be. When we was young boys, bro, say if somebody on the block, you get into a scuffle, you take your L, your hood might know about it,
Facts.
but you live with it. Like, you live to fight another day, you go back to your life. I feel like the stuff we seeing now, bro, it's happening online for the world and it go viral.
Right.
So these kids, it's like they prideful. They like, I ain't going out like that. Like, I gotta come back.
I mean, I think the older they get, like, if they don't end up dead in jail, the older they get, they gonna realize like that wasn't the way of thinking. But it gotta happen quicker. Like when we was kids, we was talking about shooting all that. We was also talking about riding in the fancy cars.
Right.
They like, I'm gonna grab the car and spin the block. Like their whole mindset is like not even thinking about like the like yo, like they got like, you know what I'm saying, PUA. I feel like niggas got enough money where it's like they ain't poor, but they just, use it the wrong way. Like, I'm gonna get this money, I'm gonna buy a pan. You don't gotta do all that, you know what I'm saying? So
if you could give some advice to the young people in Philly, bro, like, what would you tell them?
I mean, honestly, I just tell them like, I'll show you my college. Like, if I had a way to show you like the things I did in college, you would be like, damn, this nigga was living. Like, it's way more things out here in the world like that you can like that's really tough. Like it's stuff that you can experience. Like, it's not just about death and drilling and all that. Like, it's nothing fun in jail. Like, once you there, you stuck, you in the system. Like, once you get older, like everybody in jail want to get out. So why is we doing things to end up in jail? Like, and we do all this to like prove a point to people that really don't care. My man used to tell me we do a lot of shit for people that really don't care. They only think about themselves. So you gotta like be mindful of that.
I think that was golden, bro. And like what you saying, I'm gonna elaborate on that, bro. A lot of people shit on going to college, bro, but I can honestly say going to college changed my life, bro. It expanded my whole worldview. Where else you gonna go in Philly? You meet a girl from L.A., Atlanta. I'm like, I ain't never meet somebody from here before.
Facts.
Different ways of life, different cultures. You start traveling for the first time. Like, you get out of college, you start making a little bread. You could get the sneaks you want. Like, I feel like these youngins, they not looking long term. And I know a lot of it is because the hood, it's like, you can't even see past the day a lot of times. But if you could just make it long enough past 18, it's a lot of life to live out here,
Exactly.
bro.
And you look at like the shit that they doing now, or feel like they can't go to college because they gotta do that. Like I graduated college and I can do the same thing. And like everybody that did not saying you have to go to college, but
Right.
a lot of people that was like industries, this and that, they doing the same thing now. Like a lot of old heads we look up to that was, oh, he had work back in the day. He got the same work. Like he didn't elevate at all. So it's like we can't pattern ourselves after like people that we think is rich. Like we gotta really look past that, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. So, if you could collaborate with one artist from Philly, bro, who would it be? I need one signed artist and then one unsigned artist.
I mean, I feel like from Philly, signed artists definitely. I feel like Meek, just as a signed artist.
Yeah.
Like you always want to prove yourself, show like you belong. You can spit with some of the best, and I feel like he definitely one of the best. So I definitely say Meek. Unsigned, shit. I probably say like Sloan. I fuck with him. I feel like he definitely got the artist image. You know what I'm saying? And he really be he be working like you could tell like he got that artist image and he different. Like he got a unique sound, so he can really definitely feel like he already out of here and on his way out of here.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I literally just sent my homies a song. I forget what the name. It was like a little party TikTok type joint.
No, he be body. He be
Bro, he hard, bro.
tough. He tough.
Pause. Like his voice is different, bro. Like the like the
Yeah.
ad libs and all that. Like you
It's
ain't
like
gonna
nobody
hear
in
nothing
the game
like
doing
that.
something like that.
Yeah. So I rock with that. So I did want to touch on one of your most popular records before we get into the closing, How We Feel, and some of the imagery that we saw in the video. So talk us through How We Feel and why was it important to make that track, but also lead a protest in your neighborhood.
Yeah, man. It started out as a freestyle for my man Franchise. He had a little challenge, and I don't really do challenges because it's never about who's better. It's always about like popularity, whoever
Right.
got the most likes going. So I don't know, do it, but I don't know. It just something spoke to me, and I just freestyled it. And then George Floyd Peoples, like they heard the record, and I ended up flying down there. My cousin Will, I was with Steven Jackson. We stayed at Kevin Garnett crib, and I was just
That's
like,
nuts, bro.
yo, it was.
Hold up. Bro, that's nuts, bro.
Yeah, bro, that shit happened like.
What was that like? Like, walk
It was
us
like-
through that.
Bro, I was just like, I was talking to my cousin. He was like, I like the record, like, and we was talking about it. And he was just like, yo, matter of fact, I'm gonna have you play it to Steven Jackson. I'm like, oh, I appreciate it. He's like, matter of fact, what you doing? You want to fly down? And like, it happened just like that. I flew down. I went to Minnesota. I met him. Went to the conferences. And it was just like, first you just like, damn, it's Steven Jackson. You know what I'm saying? And then when you really start seeing the light and everything behind the scenes, you just like, yo, like, it's crazy out here.
That's nuts, bro. And I want to commend you for leading the protest too, bro. Like, that's major, bro.
Yeah, everything I seen when I went to the funeral, George for a funeral down there, I was just like, yo, it's crazy. And when I was on the plane, I'm just like, yo, I gotta do a protest when I get home. Like, the people gotta know like what's going on. And people showed up, and it just, we had cameras out, and we were just playing the song because they knew I had it recorded.
Yeah.
I'm just rapping along with it. Fuck, man, like, turn into a video. You know what I'm saying? His brother Popo and them gave me the blessings, and that shit just was up from there.
It's a word, bro, that one of my homies, he said it to me, and I never forgot it, serendipity. But it seemed like you got a lot of serendipity, bro. It basically mean like just good chance, goodwill just come to you from being in the right places at the right time. Like,
Right.
But to close this thing on out, bro, I asked all of my guests the same question to close the interview. Was there ever a moment in your journey where you second guess yourself or you feel like giving up? And if so, what was that experience like, and how did you overcome it?
I mean, I don't think I never really felt like giving up. I feel like it was times where I was like, damn, this shit not shaking right, or shit around me was falling apart. But I always look at like, I just spent too much money, too much time to like just not do nothing. And I always felt like I'm too great to not be where I want to be in life. Like I know I'm gonna be that person. Like a lot of people when they speak, they like, yo, when you make it, like it's always when. Like they know I'm gonna make it. So like when I know it's people that believe in me like that, I'm like, nah, I gotta keep this shit going. So I can't quit. Like I'm too deep in it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't put so much time so far into it. I'm gonna just keep going, and like I said, I'm gonna set my own goals for it. You know what I'm saying?
Respect, bro.
If it blow up, it blow up. If it don't, I'm gonna be good because I put my all into it. So
And that's, bro, you literally embodied the message of my whole podcast, bro, is you repeated this theme throughout the episode, but it's not being attached to the outcomes. It's like really falling in love with the process. And I feel like a lot of people that start stuff now, bro, they look at what you could get from being a rapper. They look at what you could get from being a professional athlete instead of finding something that they truly love to do and just immersing themselves into it, and however long it take you or wherever it take you,
right.
you just fine with it because you love it.
And like I said, you never know where it go. Like, I'm a regular dude, but I'm the regular dude that was with Steven Jakes. I'm the regular dude that led the protest. Like, it's regular people doing it. Like, you kind of think, you get starstruck, think it's people, celebrities. They regular people. They just seizing the opportunity. And if it bring you attention, it bring you attention. But you just got to go for that moment.
For sure.
So I miss moments. It's a lot of things I could have did different in life and music that probably would have took me further, but I did. I can't cry over it. You just got to make another way. You know what I'm
Keep moving forward.
Facts.
So how do you personally define failure?
I mean, that's a good question. Like, if you stop doing something and you feel like you didn't give your 100%, then I'll say that's failure at the end of the day.
For sure.
Because you know you could have, you always going to think like, dang, I could have pushed harder. Like, you always going to feel that failure until you try it again and finish it.
For sure. So this was an amazing interview, bro. I feel like you're going to get some new fans after this because you just dropped gems the whole episode. But I really just, like I said, bro, I want to reiterate that I want to give you your flowers for your work ethic, bro, your marketing,
bro.
like how you be out here. Like, it just makes somebody want to champion you because they see how hard you going to chase your dreams. So much respect, bro. Keep doing what you're doing. And this episode will probably be out sometime this week, y'all. I'm going to make sure y'all get that. But tell the people how they can keep up with you, bro, on all your socials.
You can find me on social media, 3azy Kane, 3azy Kane. I mean, that's it on everything.
All right, bet. And make sure y'all tap into the new single, Demon Time.
Demon
Tap into the new
Time.
project.
Negus album is out now on all streaming platforms.
And it's just like that. We out.
Appreciate it.